Alright, hey guys, what's up? I'm Eat Newsflash here, and let's discuss the last year's playoffs. Most specifically, the Eastern Conference Finals, okay? So first off, just like to apologize to all my subscribers and stuff. I'm sorry I haven't been able to, output as many videos as I would like, because I just came back to school and, SAT prep and stuff. So it's been really hectic recently. Once the season picks up, rest assured I will do one for every game pretty much, unless I'm sick or something. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's talk about the ECFs of last year. So the Heat versus the Celtics, and obviously the Heat came out in 7 games and went on to win the NBA championship. But the critics and everybody in general, the critics most specifically, were questioning why the Heat went to 7 games with the Celtics. It defies logic. A young superstar team going against what was supposedly one of the oldest teams in the NBA that had nothing left in the tank, and they were injured. Allen had bone spurs in his ankles. Avery Bradley was out, and Sasha Pavlovich or something. I don't know. But yeah, the Celtics were injured as well. So why did they go to 7 games with the Heat? Why did they win 3 games and force the Heat to win back-to-back games, back-to-back elimination games, in order to, come back and go to the finals? The answer lies in a pretty simple aspect of the game that I really thought more people would be able to see. That's double teaming. Now, obviously, the Heat had their fair share of injuries. James Jones sidelined. Mike Miller looked like he had every bone in his body was broken, and it was really excruciating to watch him play. But it was also I was proud of him. So and then he came through huge in the finals, obviously. But and then the Bosh situation. He was out for 2 weeks from Indiana. Game 1 or something. Game 1, I think. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But Indiana Game 1 to the Celtics Game 5, he was out during that period, and he couldn't contribute. So the Heat did have their fair share of injuries, but I think the biggest one of all of that was obviously Bosh. But in a way that's a lot bigger than what you might expect. So Bosh was injured, okay? But even with that, you would think that the Heat are still one of the best teams in the league, obviously. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James on the same team. I mean, you could go 2-on-5 with that, right? Yeah, no. So Bosh being out really hurt them, especially against the Celtics, who have a great coach and who figured this out. When Bosh was out, you can double team a superstar anytime he catches the ball. And guess who that superstar was? Not LeBron James, because in the playoffs, the last 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, Wade has just burned the Celtics, averaging 30-plus points against them easily. He averaged 35 last season. Not this playoffs, but last playoffs. And when he was by himself on the Heat, he averaged 32 points against them when he was by himself, and he averaged 35 when he was the first year in the Eastern Conference semifinals of 2011. So they chose to double Wade every time he caught the ball. And what that did to the Heat, who had one of the best teams even without Bosh, is made them a mediocre team. You have LeBron, okay, but you don't have much else. Your bench is sort of injured. Your key players, Haslam, is still not recovered his jump shot yet. And then, of course, Wade is ineffective because they're doubling him on every play. And what that does is force turnovers, force bad passes, force, stupid shots, hero ball, all those sorts of things that makes a team inefficient by doubling a superstar. And so what that did to the Heat is they stagnated, quite simply. Wade was pretty much removed out of the equation, and it was LeBron versus the Celtics. It was literally that simple, because every time, and I remember just watching with so much frustration, watching Heat games that year, just, a couple months ago. Every time Wade caught the ball, double team, strong side defense, and everybody would play the passing lanes, and nobody was a consistent shooter, because that's what Bosh did when he was on the floor. You can't leave Bosh. He's a great shooter from anywhere outside of 12 feet. He can knock down anything if he's open. So what that did was Bosh was gone. You remove, 20 points a game from a scorer. And then Wade is rendered ineffective as well. So you're removing roughly 40 points. Plus, adding more stuff to the Celtics. In the form of turnovers and steals and assists and all that sort of bonus that comes from, doubling Wade. Doubling Wade. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because that's the key. If nobody understands me, this is pointless. This is a reply to Trolling Beaner, I think, if that's how you pronounce your username. And do you understand that Wade and Bosh were rendered ineffective by Bosh's absence, Until Game 6, that's when the Heat turned it on. The Celtics had no answer after that, and the Heat won 2 straight games and eliminated the Celtics. Because Bosh came back, and because Wade was therefore effective, and because LeBron and the rest of the team was already effective. So, basically what I'm saying is, not that the Celtics are a bad team, but they would not have gone 7 games if Bosh had been there. Because what it did was, it hit 2 birds with 1 stone. That 1 stone was Bosh's absence, the 2 birds was Bosh's offense and Wade's offense. And, that's like 40 points. Okay? So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe if you have not already, and bye.